Donald Trump continues to talk about this cognitive test that he took that he aced, which is why I continue have to talk about it too, because even if he aced it, it is not the flex that he thinks it is. So let's take a listen to a couple of parts of what he said.
You know, I'll say it right now. I say it because no press never reports it. I'm the only president that ever took a cognitive test. I took it 3 times. It's actually a very hard test for a lot of people. It wasn't hard for me.
Donald Trump took the Montreal Cognitive Assessment, the MoCA. This is a dementia screener. It is not an IQ test. It is not actually a test at all. People who get 30 out of 30 can actually still have dementia. It is a test that anyone who is the president of the United States should be getting 30 out of 30 every single time they take it, which is also why other presidents have not taken it yet. So the fact that no other president has taken this cognitive screener, that would be why. So he is proud of the fact that no one else has done it before him. No one else has needed to do it before him.
But it's a cognitive test. It starts off with an easy question, and by the time you get to the middle, it gets tougher. By the time you get to the end, very few people can answer those questions. They get very tough, mathematical equations and things.
I would actually argue that the first questions on this test are the hardest. They are the ones about executive functioning skills. They are mental manipulation, drawing a 3D object, and drawing the clock. That's why when people say, hey, Trump should draw a clock, that's why. And then the final questions that he thinks are just so hard are the orientation questions. You get 6 points out of 30 if you know the date. So the day of the week, the number, the month, the year, where you are, and like what city are you in and what type of building are you in. Those are the final questions.
I took it 3 times. I aced it all 3 times in front of numerous doctors that I have no idea who they are. And I was told when I went in, they said, Doc Ronnie told me this. My current doctors were fantastic doctors. They said, well, if you take it, you know, it's Walter Reed. It's essentially a public hospital. And if you do badly, it's probably going to get out.
Dr. Ronnie is clearly a shit doctor because it should not matter what type of hospital he goes to have this test done. There is something called HIPAA, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. What that is the nobody can give out your medical information without your written or express consent. So any hospital that is so-called leaking any of this information is a shitty ass hospital, but it has nothing to do with the fact with how they're funded.
But I aced it. I got them all right. And one doctor said, I've never seen anybody get them all right. I've been doing the test for 20 years.
Whoever that doctor is who's been doing the test for 20 years is also a really shitty doctor, because there are definitely plenty of people, even who have dementia, who can get a 30 out of 30.
I want people, I would love to see anybody that's a president or a vice president or anybody that has any chance of being a president. I would like to see.
This is actually something that I agree with Donald Trump. Scary, I know. But I would be perfectly happy to see that any congressman, anybody to elected office should have to take some standardized battery of a cognitive assessment, and they will have to come up with a way that we know, like, this is the level that you would have to meet in order to be an elected official, and then you also have to maintain that. Because we are seeing so many old people who are losing it in Congress and those in elected offices who cannot do their job. And that's not okay. So this is an excellent point for either cognitive testing and or age limits. You know, we already have term limits for the most part, but age limits would be fantastic. So that is one way that I actually do agree with Donald Trump. So as a summary, whoever is giving him this information that the doctor for 20 years has never had anybody ace it, they are just blowing smoke up his ass, because plenty of people pass it every single day. The questions do not necessarily get harder as they go. It's simple stuff, guys. You can also go look it up. So I don't give a shit that he so-called aced it. The fact that they've given it to him 3 times means they are worried about something and they are tracking his decline, and he has got to go.